splurging, sauce 'em up. What we doing? Bossing up, bop. Sauce 'em up, cause I ain't got nothing to do. Sauce 'em up. I'm bossing up, cause I ain't got nothing to prove. Bossing up. Sauce 'em up, cause I ain't got nothing to do. Sauce 'em up. I'm bossing up, cause I ain't got nothing to prove. Bossing up. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, bitch, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, bitch, I ain't got nothing to prove. Sauce 'em up.
Jumped in that Gucci head and told her stuff my pocket with blue. They say the jack's lurking, so you know I ride with the two. We serve it straight, beat the shit, I had you hot to the moon. Put down the nigga street and now you heard with shots in the room. This boss touchy talking bills, coming squid to the dawn. A big weight on the scales, yeah we call it the pawn. I did a turn around in Cali, that's a 50-point run. I had to throw myself an alley, bitch I'm fucking LeBron. They having a problem getting the packs in, I'm moving the packs out. My nigga the cash count, they shooters too, don't make them black.
Hit that like button, we're gonna get it started in a minute.
We whipping the rat side, they screaming fuck the other side. Won't fall with them other guys, you play while me and my brother slide.
Sauce 'em up, cause I ain't got nothing to do. Sauce 'em up. I'm bossing up, cause I ain't got nothing to prove. Bossing up. Sauce 'em up, cause I ain't got nothing to do. Sauce 'em up. I'm bossing up, cause I ain't got nothing to prove. Bossing up. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, bitch, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, bitch, I ain't got nothing to prove.
I put this shit on every day like it was Easter. I put that shit on. Got these bows right in this bitch like it was Christmas. Merry Christmas. Can't fuck with nigga, be talking to them pillars. They really bitch. Make me load the banana clip and go gorilla, yeah. I get chiller when I'm feeling like P. Miller. I done been broke, I remember them cold Decembers. I came up to catch a plays and a run.
We're gonna get it started in a minute.
You can check my credentials. I really am. Ask about me, they gon' say that boy get though. I hit that bitch when the bank closed. Made 100 buns soon as I had came home. You can't name a hood that I can't go to.
Sauce 'em up, cause I ain't got nothing to do. Sauce 'em up. I'm bossing up, cause I ain't got nothing to prove. Bossing up. Sauce 'em up, cause I ain't got nothing to do. Sauce 'em up. I'm bossing up, cause I ain't got nothing to prove. Bossing up. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, bitch, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, I'm bossing. I'm saucing, bitch, I ain't got nothing to prove. Sauce 'em up.
I miss that purple with that soda, that's a dirty Sprite. Don't get me wrong, I'm moving right. I take your life, and the chopper saying like Brian McKnight. We ain't tryna fight. Big dog stepping in, I know Pomeranian. I've been taking risks forever, I've been living dangerous. If that boy ain't getting no cheddar, then he can't even hang with us. Probably sipping on some Trish, I love when it stain the cup. Yeah, we used to ride the bus, now it's all foreign with us. If I catch you plotting, bro, you gon' get the whole clip. And my pockets knotted up, that's why I'm walking with a limp. And we ride your partner too, he ain't had nothing on him. You got pressure on your chest, you better say it then. Before I get the cocking and popping his effing in. And then them bodies get to dropping.
One more minute, one more minute.
Cause I play to win. You know Ben, Granny Jackson, yeah, we best and friends. Yes indeed, I need a bad bitch on my side just to roll my weed. And I'm so high, my eyes so low, you think I'm Vietnamese. I hit the gas and do the dash, I got a need for speed. Yeah, I just bob and weed. And I'm like, yes indeed.
Yes, indeed.
And how I'm spinning all these racks like money growing trees. And how my dog keep that mask like it's Halloween.
I got you in a minute, proud mama.
All in these skinny jeans. I'm trying to leave the streets alone, cause I got
bigger dreams.
On me tuck in the skinny.
Hit that like button, 30 more seconds.
Get your pussy ass embarrassed. Rockin' all that fake jewelry, I can't even take you serious. Don't make the nigga mad, I fuck the bitch on her pier. They say, Tone, you a nasty nigga. That's why everywhere we go, you know we keep that ratchet with us. I was up the road in prison, playing chess with real killers. But it got a small mind frame, don't see the big picture. I was in the trap, going dumb. Riding with that pistol on my lap, like who wants some? Came up out that cell, steady snapping like I left some. Gave me 36 months, I jumped, that's been 30 on my left arm. Chosen one, I was born to be a rich nigga. And my diamond dancing, and your shit ain't got no rhythm. Drop your pennies, baby.
Hit that like button, we're gonna get it started in a minute.
About to throw in the club when you'll be spending. And I'm like, yes indeed, I need a bad bitch on my side just to roll my weed. And I'm so high, my eyes so low, you think I'm Vietnamese. I hit the gas and do the dash, I got a need for speed. Yeah, I just bob and weed. And I'm like, yes indeed, and how I'm spinning all.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get into it. Hey, man, this ain't gonna be a long live, so we're gonna get into it. Salute. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share the live. Probably gonna say what you think on Gunna album. I like it. We listened to it on the last live. I'm gonna say it was good. It was pretty decent. It was like 3 songs that I felt like wasn't good, but the rest of them, it was pretty decent. I don't know how true it is, but they were saying that he had ghostwriters and shit that helped him with the songs and shit. So I don't know, but you know that shit don't even matter though. For real, for real. The beats most definitely was hard as hell though. Beats was hard. Give me 1 second. We gonna go with the Boosie update real quick. I'm gonna give y'all the Boosie update real quick. What the fuck? Give me a minute real quick. I just seen some crazy shit, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share the live. All right, let's get into it, man. Everybody hit that like button. We're gonna get into it. Boosie, y'all know he was given a bun, and then they took the bun from him. Well, they ain't take the bun from him, but judge gave him a bun, 50,000. The prosecutor felt like, look, man, we need to up the bun, and we need to hold him because he's a threat to society. You know, he's a threat to the witnesses, and he'll flight risk, right? So they asked for another judge to overrule the first judge that gave Boosie a bun. So he had court today. He also asked for people to protest for him. I seen the little protest shit, man. It looked like it was about 10 people out there. Hey, listen, y'all got me hot because I'm like, damn, only 10 motherfuckers love Boosie out there in LA. Like, what's going on? God damn. Let's make it make sense. Now, did they run people away? Or they was like, you know, only really 10 people fucking showed up. But Boosie most definitely coming home on a bun. He got a bun, but they increased the bun to 100K. He pled not guilty. He is expected to be released soon. His next court date is 7/28, July 28th. Now the issue is, and when I say he's when they say he a threat to you know, society and all that shit, what I think it is because he's trying to make it seem like that gun was the bodyguard gun. He even said it like, hey, I thought you told me you left the gun in the bag. Bodyguard ain't going for that shit. Bodyguard saying, man, that ain't his gun. You feel what I'm saying? Bodyguard ain't going for it. But they seen the interview with Mal Hoffa. Pull it up real quick. And they seen what Boosie say. Goddamn, he have people that take gun charges for him. So what I think they trying to do is, I think they trying to keep Boosie from getting into the bodyguard head and taking that charge, man. That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Could I pull it up real quick? Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just finna show y'all the little clip of what they played in court. They played Mal Hoffa interview in court. Give me a minute, real quick.
Niggas 2 hour show for, bro.
Right. Here we go. So you get pulled over, right?
Yeah.
By the front weapon. Who gun is this?
Yeah. What happened?
You keep it real in that situation too?
What you mean if the cops find a weapon?
Yeah, they find a weapon is like 5 yards in the bush. It ain't sure.
This shit that happened plenty of times.
Yeah,
my boy gonna say that's his guns when they come to the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They always
That's when you had the youngest person in the clique for all the time around you.
He told on himself, man.
People do that seven different times in the clique. Who's never not convicted, they just, take a charge for the pistol.
He told on himself, man.
So that right there, they played that in court yesterday. Look, Judge, this motherfucker even said he got people. He said he got people that take the charge. He's trying to get the bodyguard to take the charge. The bodyguard ain't going. He told the bodyguard, look, man, I thought you said the guns was in the bag. Bodyguard ain't, hey, man, hey, that ain't it. That right there ain't mine, gang. So they don't want him out to be able to manipulate the bodyguard. So that's what it is. But they up the bun. He coming home. He pled not guilty. And that's just what it is. Now we got Kodak Black, man. Kodak Black has violated again. Y'all know Kodak Black is on papers for getting caught with the oxycodone and the money and all that shit there. And the first time, what's up? The first time they gave him restrictions. Look, you got to take random drug tests, right? Well, y'all know the first time when he pissed methamphetamine. That boy pissed methamphetamine. You hear me? No, fentanyl, my bad. Fentanyl. But he say the people at the clinic, they were so happy to see him and starstruck that they mixed his urine with somebody else's urine. So they gave him a chance, told him, hey, you got to go do a little drug program and you'll be out. Boom. Now, Kodak didn't even show up to drop this piss right here. So 9 times out of 10, allegedly, that boy Kodak still got that fentanyl in his piss, man. Y'all still got fentanyl in his piss, man. Like I said, we ain't going to be here that long, so I'm moving right along. Also, let's speak on, let's get to the content real quick. Let's get to the content. Y'all know YNW Melly. He had trial today. Now, they had a gang expert pull up with a fucking ski mask on. Y'all call it the shiesty mask. They had a gang expert pull up with a shiesty mask on, and he alleged that he got 50,000 on his head. So that's why he got to wear the shiesty mask. But mind you, this is the same undercover police or the gang unit police that got Melly phone and said Melly was trying to put a hit out on his mom. And they called it cap. So I don't know if the courts believed it or what, but Melly mom said it's cap. Melly said it was cap, and it just went away. So we don't even know, is this guy credible? All we know is this the same guy that said Melly tried to put a hit on his mom. Now, this also the same guy that investigated and got to the situation where the Island Boys was being pressed by the Bloods, and they admitted that they was fake Bloods. They apologized for gang banging. If they didn't, they was finna get hands and feet put on them. But to tell you the truth, I think the reason why they bringing this guy in, man, because at the same time, he don't have no evidence that I seen that he ain't talking about nothing when it come to Melly. Now, he breaking down the gang situation because I guess they trying to say Melly killed his homies for the gang, the benefit of the gang, which that's one of the most dumbest reasons to me. I don't understand why would Melly kill his homies for the benefit of the gang. How is that benefiting the gang? I don't understand it. So, mind you, too, the prosecution, they don't have to really come up with a motive. They don't have to tell y'all or tell the jury why this took place. They don't have to do that. All they have to do is come in that bit and say Melly did it. and he got to fight for his life. So they really don't have a motive, but they don't have to put out a motive. But their motive is saying he did it for the game. You know what I'm saying? Juvie dad is saying he did it because Sack Chaser beat him up 2 days before allegedly, and you know it was money involved. That YNW Melly, they was trying to get this deal $500,000, and they was gonna sell YNW, and Melly was gonna get 200, Sack Chaser was gonna get 200, and Juvie was gonna get 100. But Melly already owed Sack Chaser 200. So if Melly already owed Sack Chaser 200, and they was gonna do this deal, and Sack Chaser supposed to get another 200, that would have been 400. And then he would have had to give 100,000 to Juvie. That nigga wouldn't have got nothing out of the new deal. So Juvie dad is painting the picture that, the reason why Melly did it because he owed it Sack Chaser the money, and Sack Chaser put hand, feet, and nails on his ass 2 days ago and knocked out 2 of his teeth. Now, we don't know how true that is. That's he say, she say, dad said it. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the motives. But like I said, the court don't need no motive. So they brought this dude in here, put him on the screen. This gang expert in here, he brought his little funk ass in here, and he talked about the gang, which I don't understand why, but he got the shiesty mask on. And this my thought. This how I feel. I feel they played that move and got dude to come up there and talk about he got 50,000 on his head and all this stuff here to even put more fear, or to make Melly look like a villain, to make it look like Melly is really feared out here in these streets, that Melly may have control of the gang where shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Because what his 50,000 got to do on his head got anything to do with Melly? Like, that shit was, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. Let's get into it though, man.
Testimony from the outside the presence of the jury just to verify all of this. So, Ms. Bradley, I want to take you quiet.
Detective Polo, how are you so employed?
With Broward County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked in Broward County Sheriff's Office?
This is 2015.
How long have you been assigned to the Strategic Investigations Division?
Mind you, he got a ski mask, but they still don't want to videotape him because he allegedly got 50,000 on his head. So they don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? But they put out the dude's whole name, though. They put out his whole name that he could be looked up. You feel me? If motherfuckers on YouTube can look you up by your name, you don't think motherfuckers in the streets that got 50,000 on his head can pull him up by his name? He don't want to be identified, but they use this whole fucking name in court. Come on, man. Make it make sense. This right here is a tactic to paint Melly as a picture of this monster, man.
Since March of 2018.
In your time in the Strategic Investigations Division, or SAD, have you worked undercover operations?
Since that time and before.
And the undercover operations that you work, what type are they?
Majority of them are narcotics, firearms, violent crimes, gang-related investigations.
How many years did you spend specifically in the gang and organized crime section of the Strategic Investigations Division?
From March of 2018 to 3 weeks ago.
Have there been credible threats on your life?
Yes.
Is there currently a credible threat on your life?
Yes.
In terms of is there an amount of money assigned to the death of you that has been offered up?
Approximately $50,000.
In terms of your safety and security, why do you wear the mask? For those reasons.
To protect my family. So I'm not walking around Broward County, Palm Beach County, Dade County, anywhere, and get ambushed by someone that might be looking for me. We've done cell phone warrants on multiple people in Broward County involved in the investigation work after threat. And outside of that investigation, there's photographs of deputies being sent around, people trying to figure out who I am and what I look like. And that's a kind of a concern for me. If it was just one person, I'd probably just write it off. But yeah, after 5 or 6 cell phones got downloaded, and there was pictures of many deputies being sent around saying, "Is this Danny Polo?" I'm like, okay, these guys are actually looking for me.
And so, Detective Polo, with regards to the prior times you testified in court, did you testify earlier this month before the Honorable Judge Martin Fine?
Yes,
How were you attired?
I believe I was wearing this suit probably.
And in terms of your face, how was that done?
Same mask.
Have you testified before the Honorable Judge Michael Usan in this courthouse?
Yes,
Was that in or around February and March of this year, 2023?
yes.
And what case was that on?
That was the XXX Tentacion case.
And that was the death of that individual?
Yes,
How many times did you testify in that case?
it was twice.
How were you attired when you testified then?
Different suit, same mask.
And in terms of during that particular testimony, were individuals trying to call your cell phone and get in contact with you during the actual testimony?
Yeah, that happened.
And was this testimony live streamed as well?
It was live streamed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have any questions
Yes,
on this issue? Go ahead.
yes. What time did you get to the courthouse today and sit outside?
Just after 9 o'clock.
And were you wearing that mask?
No, sir.
In fact, you've been sitting out there for at least an hour unmasked, as people were walking in and out, correct?
Correct.
Hey, come on, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. So this motherfucker been sitting outside the courthouse for a whole hour without his mask on. Now, I don't got to see dude with the mask on. I can see his clothes. And if he been sitting outside the courtroom for a whole hour, people been walking past him, they gonna notice this motherfucker, even if he got this mask on, man. Come on, man. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense, man. Like I said, they just doing this shit to paint a picture of Melly. Oh, he in the gang. The gang is dangerous. They even got a $50,000 bounty on a police officer. All this shit here just to paint an image of Melly, man. Come on, man. Mickey Truth, what it do? Come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be real. You done sat your funk ass outside this courtroom for a whole hour with no mask on. All these people don't walk past you, but you want to come in with a mask on. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. And then he's saying he started getting threats and shit with the YNW Melly case. What motherfucking gang was them people that got arrested for the YNW? I mean, not the YNW Melly case, but the XXX case. What gang they was in? What them motherfuckers looked like busters? Like nobody ain't finna ride for them. So who threatened you from the XXX case, man? Come on, man. Let's stop the cap, man. Stop the cap. It's bullshit, man. I'm really about to fast forward through this shit. Talk about the woman that was upset about him having the mask on. What happened with that? Oh, I didn't see the end game of that. But it was a lady who was triggered by him having the mask on. I guess she said she seen somebody get robbed, so she was scared. She didn't like the fact that he had the mask on. So they went into recess to try to see should he take the mask off. By law, Melly have the right to confront somebody who's throwing accusations at him. So Melly have the right to know who that is by law. Say he talked for hours. Yeah, we finna watch the 8-minute clip. His ass out of here. He only get 8 minutes of this live. But Melly have the right to confront the person who's have taken a stand against him. So by law, he's supposed to reveal to himself, but the judge overruled it and let it go because the judge said he feared for his life. He got a hit on his head, so we're gonna let him keep the mask on. The jury, the juror that was afraid. She said she seen somebody get robbed and shit. They had a ski mask on. They were saying that if they feel like her judgment of her fear of what she seen was gonna dictate whether she be fair or not, they was gonna let her go. But I didn't watch the whole thing to know. Mickey, did they keep the jury that said that she was afraid of the dude with the mask? Did they keep her on there or they removed her? Because I seen what they were saying. If they feel like she's gonna be unfair, they will remove her. Say track still free, Kate. Say yes, that she's still up there. Okay. Salute, Cap. They get into it. Yeah, he only get 8 minutes of this live. Like I said, this is gonna be a. She said she was just caught off guard. Hey, it could have, like, sometimes y'all don't understand. People have some weird, what it is called phobia or whatever. Like, people be really scared of weird shit. So there's no telling. That probably been a situation in her life where that really terrified her. You know what I'm saying? And it changed her. Like, so, but damn, like, is she like this all the time? Because this motherfuckers walking around all day with ski masks on, the shiesty mask now since the COVID shit. So is she terrified like this all the time, or it was just this situation? And then you got to think about it too. We got these gunmen and people coming up, you know. Facts, because I get anxiety of police. Fact, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then you got to think about it. It's because, too, she could have thought about it like, man, this just caught off guard because people coming in these, you know, public buildings and shooting shit up, you know. So she could have been triggered multiple ways. I get that. And I don't think that by her seeing that she will, not judge the case fairly.
Are you the only expert in the dealing with gangs in DSI?
I believe I'm the only one that's testified as an expert at the Broward Sheriff's Office currently.
How about in the state of Florida? You know?
I'm sure there's other experts in the state of Florida.
And for the last hour, you've been right outside this courtroom where the doors are, correct?
Yes.
Unmasked.
Yes.
As people in this group, including myself, were walking in and out, correct?
Yes, sir.
You weren't concerned about your safety then?
No one knows who I was out there. And I was under the impression I wasn't going to be allowed to wear the mask. So I took that one on the chin.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. So, detective or deputy, I'm sorry, which is it?
Detective deputy.
Regarding, you're telling me that you have fear for your safety.
For my safety, but more for the safety of my family.
And that's if your face was broadcast.
Yes, sir.
And you're indicating.
I ain't gonna lie, Mickey. This shit wore me out after the 4th day, man. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not even that interested in it. It just, I constantly got people asking me to talk about it. So, you know what I'm saying? We here. But listen, what do you think he won today? Because to me, he done won all of them except for the first day. The first day was a tie. So if we go day by day, he done won every day. But now I would say this. That shit with the cell phone, that can go either way. That can go either way because they found 40 shells. No, he lost today. I said that. I said that. Because of that text message shit. I feel like they got proof in the text message. He done text his mom and said, you know, hey, buy me a Glock. You know what I'm saying? He needed a Glock, like a 40 caliber. So they found 40 caliber shells in the car. So I think that was right there was a hard one. Do anyone feel like he blew kisses to his mom because of her heart scare again? He just wanted to say I love you. I feel that. His mom phone Extracted man into damage. Yeah. I think the cell phone shit kind of messed them up today. That cell phone shit messed them up today.
Now that there's intelligence from BSO that there's some type of bounty or price on your life.
I intercepted it on a court authorized wiretap through the state of through Broward County. It was a wire authorized by Judge Siegel. A gang investigation during that.
All right, enough of him. I can't do too much of his lies. We finna look at the text messages real quick from Melly and his mom asking him to get him a gun and stuff. That gang unit shit, like they could manipulate shit easy, man. Like the police period, like I ain't buying his story, man. He intercepted the hit personally. If he would have went to trial last April, he would have beat it. Say, but they just got the information of the text messages in October.
We'll proceed with her. Okay. Argument and
y'all hit that like button, man.
So we have, this is prior to the homicide. This is going to be August 30th of 2018. The phone number 772-501-6942 that's said to a crazy lady. Again, we'll get into why it's a B shortly with the next witness. In this case, this is the defendant's mother. This is Jamie King. Because if you go to state 63 on the subscriber records, that is the other phone number that is subscribed to Miss Jamie King at that time. Additionally, defense counsel provided Jamie King's records to the state to show that that is her phone number and represented it as such. So this is discussions and where he is calling her mom about and talking about the argument and the fight between the defendant, Sack, Chaser, and as he's referred to at this bottom message, where she is talking to Mr. Demons about that person, showing that it is not Sack that is on the other end of this line or this particular phone call. Moving on, and then we also have where a discussion, this is still.
Now, the reason why they brought this right here up is because she's saying that's Melly phone. His defense saying we can't really say that's Melly phone. We know Melly used it, but Sack Chaser is proof that Sack Chaser used the phone too. And it was people using the phone when he was locked up. So we can't solely say that's Melly phone. So that's why she went and found, well, she ain't gonna say found, but she went and brought up all this evidence because she's saying that's Melly phone. His defense saying, yeah, he used it and he used it often, but other people use it too. So how we know that somebody else didn't have this phone that night of the murder?
August 30th and talking about how, I don't know what all going on. He's talking, making a live video talking about your mother. It's going to make people hate you. That's why I have never and would never do that. I love you. And that's your best.
I just thought about something. I ain't gonna play it. I just thought about something. I just got a copyright. Not a copy. I got a community strike just for the video I just made of the same content. So I ain't gonna even play it. What we're gonna do is, if anything, Mickey, did you drop that? Did you cover that in your live? If y'all want to see that part, go to Mickey Truth. I ain't gonna even play that shit until I'll appeal it. But yeah, man, listen. Melly most definitely took a L today. He most definitely took a L today, but think about it. The motherfucker been winning. He been winning. This the 7th day. So he done won 6 out of 7. He done won 6 out of 7. Do y'all think Melly coming home, man? Do y'all think that boy Melly is coming home? And then another thing is, I heard them while they was talking, while they was in recess, and you know, the reporters and stuff were saying that Melly case is going to make it hard for Portland case because the state is going to know exactly how to attack Portland just from this case. They say this case right here is practice for Portland. And then you got to think about it. All the information and the evidence point back to Portland. But the state feel like Melly is the shooter because where he was sitting. And mind you, no DNA was found in the car of Melly. Not on no Gatorade bottles, soda bottles, nothing. But they only DNA they found on the car is the door handle, the back door handle. Melly had no DNA inside the car. And this was another question that I seen somebody ask the news reporter and the lawyer. And they said, okay, we seen when Melly them got into the car and rode off. And even that red truck rode off behind them. How we don't know, like, we don't know what happened once they got out of camera sight. Like, that red truck could have had something to do with it. Could have shot it up. Like, we don't have no evidence of Melly doing this. For real, for real. Y'all just saying because he was sitting in the back seat and it looked like the shots came from that way. Now, if we think about everything that done happened over this past week, that guy that did the evidence, the specialist, the supervisor of the evidence and shit, and he the one that marked the bullet holes and all that shit, the judge basically, not the judge, but the lawyer basically made him admit that his the way he do shit is not accurate. So I think it's gonna be a lot of information that happened last week that's gonna be crucial to this situation of Melly getting off. Personally, I think Melly gonna be free, man. I think Melly gonna be free, but like I told y'all before, man, it's no telling because with this Tory Lane shit, we just knew he was free, and that shit, you know what I'm saying. But they did say it's a lot of information that they haven't shown. It's a lot of information that they haven't shown that towards the end of the trial, it's gonna be big blows. So, you know what I'm saying. Did y'all see the information on the submarine shit? They found the submarine. The submarine has imploded, if that's how you say it. It exploded from the inside, from the depth of the pressure. Now, mind you, they found pieces of the submarine. They said these people is dead. But Navy experts said they heard the explosion go off yesterday. They say they heard the explosion went off yesterday. But they found pieces of the crowd today. So I'm gonna play a little clip real quick, and we're gonna get out of here, man. I might go live later on tonight, a late live. Yeah, the bodies were ripped apart instantly. Yeah, and even if the bodies wasn't ripped apart, they say once you get so far down and somebody die, the body decompose so fast, even the bones, that they're not gonna find no body parts. They say they're not gonna find no body parts. Let me see. I'm logged into my. Why is it solving like fine? Okay, let me play this real quick. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button too, man.
Stockton Rush. I'm the CEO and founder of OceanGate. Let's take a look at Titan. So we're coming into the sub. This is the only toilet available on a deep diving submersible. Best seat in the house. You can look out the viewport. We put a privacy screen in, turn up the music, and it's very popular. We have our control screen here, our sonar screen here, and we can put any image we want in the back. We've taken a completely new approach to the sub design, and it's all run with this game controller and these touch screens. So if you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you go back. Turn left, turn right, go down, go up. And it's Bluetooth, so I can hand it to anybody. And it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around and super.
So they use a PlayStation 2 controller to operate the craft, man. A PlayStation 2 controller.
Durable. We keep a couple of spares on board just in case. This is the second year we've been out to the Titanic. We went out in 5 8-day missions. We did about 10 dives to the wreck site of the Titanic, and we did an extra dive on an undiscovered reef that we found. Completely privately funded.
Now, let me tell y'all something about that. He said they went like 10 times. What they not telling you, out of them 10 times they went, 4 times they had to be rescued. Out of 10 times in 2 years, 4 of those times they had to be rescued. It was minor issues, but they still had to be rescued, and the submarine had to be brought back to surface. So 4 out of 10, something went wrong. That's almost half. Man, them people nut. Man, they had your nuts. Facts. And then it was the black man that was on there. He got off right before they went down. He said when he got on there, he already felt like it was going to be some issues. So he got off, but he didn't want to come out and say what those issues was he was concerned about, because he wanted people to focus on the search. So now that they declared him dead, I want to see what he come out and explain what was the issues that he seen or felt like was going to be a problem. Mind you, too, these people is private inventors where they get millions of dollars donated to their company to help them build shit like this. And let me tell y'all something. I was trying to find it. I'm gonna try to find it. Let me see, could I find it? I'm bad with typing and talking, but it's this thing that I always see on TikTok. They show you the depths of the water. Now, hold on. Let's just finish playing it real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about it.
Operation, and we're funded by, we call mission specialists, who help support the mission. So they take quite a bit of money to come and join us. Years ago, the Russians took tourists out to the Titanic, and it was just sort of a look and see thing. We really are focusing on the science around it. We want to document what the wreck is like now, and also try to predict what it'll be like in the future. Stockton Rush, I'm the CEO and founder.
Now, mind you, I don't know if it's him, but his wife, the owner, the CEO, I don't know if he's the owner or CEO, but the CEO wife, her grandparents or whoever they was the ones that was, remember on the Titanic, when the Titanic was going down and there was this couple laying in the bed as the Titanic went down. The CEO of this ship, who died on there too, his wife that was her grandparents or some shit like that. So that inspired him. That inspired him. But like I was saying with the they're private, right? So a lot of millionaires invest into private companies that do inventions like this to try to find new shit and explore the world. But let me tell y'all how serious this water is. Y'all don't really understand how serious underwater is. The sea, the ocean. Like NASA, before NASA started going out of space, they was going underwater. Yeah. Before NASA was going to the moon, like they saying, and out of space, their whole object was going to find shit underwater. It was so many mysterious shit happen. It was so much of just, come on, man. Like, I don't want to do too much, get too much, because make it sound crazy. But put it like this. They had so many accusations of creatures and human-like beings underwater that they stopped going and said, bitch, we going up. We going to the moon. We don't want to look and investigate underwater no more. This was NASA. So if NASA stopped searching underwater and going deep underwater, little regular motherfuckers don't have a chance. Rich regular people do not have a chance because they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the funds. They don't have the technology like NASA have. And if NASA was going underwater and they stopped because safety reasons, and they seen allegedly species that's not from this world, and they say, look, we ain't going under there no more. We going up. We rather go to the moon than try to discover shit underwater. That should tell y'all something. Right. And it's something on TikTok. It shows you the depth of the ocean compared to the Titanic. And I always see it on TikTok. But a lot of y'all don't know. See, a lot of people thinking, okay, the Titanic sank, right? And then y'all look at it as that's the ocean floor. But you got to think about the ocean floor like a pool. So just say, you got 6 feet. And then what happens in the pool? You got 12 feet and it get deeper, right? That's exactly how the ocean does too. So where the Titanic at? The Titanic probably was at 6 feet in the pool. But if you go farther and go down, it gets deeper than that. It gets deeper than that. They say the depth of how deep the ocean is like 1 million tallest buildings in the world stacked on top of each other. As you get so far down, it's pitch black. You can't see nothing. The last dive incident that happened around the Titanic, well, it was some scuba divers. They had went down there and they was, investigating the Titanic. And he said they had like little mini submarines in the water surrounding the Titanic because everybody had their own little personal or whatever where they could get out the little mini submarine and dive around or whatever. And he said his submarine was positioned on one side of the Titanic where he couldn't really see his other people and they couldn't really see him. But he said he felt this force behind him. And when he turned around, it was this species bigger than he said something bigger than he ever seen before. He can't say it was a fish and he can't say it was a human. He said it was a species. Mind you, we only know 15% of the species that's underwater. 15%. We only have identified 15%. So tell you the truth, we don't know what the fuck is down there. We don't know. Listen, I keep saying it, and y'all don't understand how important this is. If NASA rather go out of space to other planets because they say it's safer than going underwater, that should tell you something. That should tell you something. I was watching it live today. They say that they found the tail, and they found the tail of the ship. And they reported here in a train explosion Sunday while they were still searching. Yeah, I really wish I could find that video, show you how deep the ocean is compared to what you think. But I know I ain't gonna be able to find it because I'm looking for that motherfucker. I already know how that's gonna be. But let's just pull up a clip. I was watching it live. That's how I knew. And a dumb motherfucker got blocked today because I posted it on my community board. I had the link. You have the link to what? Send it to my Instagram. A dumb motherfucker posted and said, how you know before they put it out that they found the tail and the landing shit of it? The fuck you think I'm just gonna put out bullshit, nigga? I was watching the motherfucking live stream for everybody that tuned in on Music 101 podcast, they'll tell you we was watching Melly live stream and we was watching the Submarine live stream at the same time. So when they go a break on Melly, I switched over to the Submarine. So that's how I knew before they put it on social media that they found debris, and it was one part of the tail and one part and parts of the landing strip on the submarine that they found. It's like inside missing submarine. I'm gonna just play this clip real fast while I check my Instagram. And they have declared these people dead.
America's Heroes, Memorial Day weekend.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us
I'll
today.
make sure y'all hit that like button, man.
This afternoon, Rear Admiral John Mauger will be providing an update on the most recent findings from ROV operations in search of the Titan submersible. He will provide a brief statement and provide the opportunity for questions after. Please limit your questions to one per outlet. Following the briefing, the Joint Information Center staff and I will be here to help you with any of your further needs. May I now please introduce Rear Admiral John Mauger.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately
found debris from it.
On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the family. I can only imagine what this has been like for them, and I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time. Additionally, we've been in close contact with the British and French consuls general to ensure that they are fully apprised and that their concerns are being addressed. The outpouring of support in this highly complex search operation has been robust and immensely appreciated. We are grateful for the rapid mobilization of experts on the undersea search and rescue, and we thank all of the agencies and personnel for their role in the response. We're also incredibly grateful for the full spectrum of international assistance that's been provided. The ROVs will remain on scene and continue to gather information. Again, our most heartfelt condolences go out to the loved ones of the crew.
Okay, they did news interview before even going on.
We'll now take questions.
What other debris have you found? John, what other debris have you found?
Talk about the delay in reporting the investigation and what impact that had on the
This was a incredibly...
I'm finna show y'all what it looked like from the explosion. If I'm saying it right. This what it looked like. This how it exploded. It exploded from the inside. From the lack of pressure. Implosion. So it exploded from the inside. And when they say they found debris, they saying they found that motherfucker, but it's all into pieces. It's into pieces. Hey, Mill, you ain't send the link. Y'all from the water pressure.
To develop the details for the timeline involved with this casualty and the response. And so we'll provide that eventually.
All right. That's a horrible way to die.
So this is an incredibly
most definitely messed up
operating environment on the seafloor, over 2 miles beneath the surface. And so the remote operating vehicle has been searching.
Nobody's
highly capable. And we've been able to classify parts of the pressure chamber for the Titan submersible. Let me refer to one of my undersea experts here, Mr. Paul Hankin, to talk about the nature of some of the debris.
Thank you, Admiral. So essentially, we found 5 different major pieces of debris that told us that it was the remains of the Titan. The initial thing we found was the nose cone, which was outside of the pressure hull. We then found a large debris field. Within that large debris field, we found the front end bell of the pressure hull. That was the first indication that there was a catastrophic event. Shortly thereafter, we found a second smaller debris field. Within that debris field, we found the other end of the pressure hull, the aft end bell, which was basically comprised of the totality of that pressure vessel. We continue to map the debris field, and as the Admiral said, we will do the best we can to fully map out what's down there.
It's a very difficult question to ask, but it will be an important one for the families, of course. What are the prospects of recovering the bodies of the missing?
Freedom. Freedom is why I love to.
Let me show y'all this right here is they fake their deaths. Cash, what he do? Say they fake their deaths. Hey, go to the conspiracies. Listen, now I ain't gonna lie. Said something with this. Trap says something with this. I ain't gonna lie, man. We've been seeing a lot of billionaires. We've been seeing a lot of billionaires getting killed over the past couple of months. To explore. Facts. Say the bottom of the sea wasn't made for humans to explore. And that's why I keep stressing to y'all. If NASA was going down there, and every time they go down there, something happened, or they see some kind of human-like creature, they say, look, we not going down there no more, we going up. If NASA was scared to continue going down there, you know it's some up. But this is what I need y'all to do, man. I need y'all to go subscribe to Busy 247, man. Busy 24/7. If you're trying to get your clothing line, your merch off the ground, if you don't know where to start, how to start, or what to use, make sure y'all hit up Busy 24/7, man. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Hey, she the GOAT in this shit. If you trying to be a millionaire off merch, y'all make sure y'all tap in. I'm finna put a link in the chat, man. I got some merch coming. She most definitely showing me the ropes. And she know what she talking about. So make sure y'all tap in. Oh yeah. Appreciate that, Cat. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Busy 24/7, man. If you want to make $1 million off merch, it's just that easy. Just go subscribe. That's all you got to do. Appreciate that, Cat. And get into it now. This dude right here says, man who pulled out of the submarine last minute explained why. I thought they said it was a black man that pulled out. Thought they said it was a black man that pulled out last minute. I thought that's what the news said. So he finna tell, I guess they was trying to die. So this guy finna tell y'all why he on that motherfucker. And right before they dropped it in the water, my boy say, nah. I see, Cat. My boy say, nah, goddammit. I gotta get out this motherfucker. I need my money back. I gotta get out this motherfucker. Hey, don't get blocked, Trap. I know it. Don't get blocked, Trap. Hey, everybody. Hey, this live almost over. I got 5 more minutes.
Parts of the submarine I've seen in the testing in the Bahamas just seemed a bit shoddy. They're using industrial piping for ballast. They're using an Xbox controller for the steering. The strip lightings, something you get at a DIY shop. Small cramped surfaces. I wasn't happy with some of the design, like the thrusters on the outside with the cables there. I thought that was a snagging hazard. But what really did it for me was they flatly refused to get any form of certification. And it seemed that they had no intention of getting any certification for going down to those depths once, let alone several times. Oh, they also had a lightning strike during one of the testings, which blew all of the electronics. You know, these things happen, but
So he said off rip, man, listen, first off, this shit that it was made of, this shit is cheap, man. Cheap ass pipes, controller, cheap ass wiring. Then y'all don't want to get no certifications. Y'all don't want to get no approval that this shit is good to even go down that far. Like they say on the food, no FDA approved. They ain't want to get the FDA. They ain't even want to get no FDA sticker, man, to say, look, okay, this shit is qualified to go down in deep waters. Carbon fiber, yeah. These motherfuckers asking to die. Then it went out. All the electricity went out from a lightning strike. So 9 times out of 10, it ain't even hit the damn submarine. The lightning probably just struck near. And the power went out on that motherfucker. And you know, in the water, it always be thunderstorms and shit. Come on, man. But listen, y'all got to understand. That's the gift and the curse of being rich. When you rich and you got the money to do shit like this, you do crazy shit like this, because the average shit that we'll do, they already did it 100 times. That's why they paying $250 to go get on a spaceship and go to the moon and come back. They paying $200 to go up underwater, because they got it to throw it away, because all the other shit they done did it already. So sometimes not having can save your life. Facts. Facts. It's a lot of people that have died just from having money. Whether the money put you in a bad situation, put you in the wrong place at the wrong time, or allowed you to accumulate things that people tried to take from you and made a mistake and end your life. Like, man, money is a motherfucker, man. Let's see. Shit crazy, man.
But they didn't have it ended the testing. And that made me ask, well, where's the redundancy? Because it's normal in a vessel of any form that has human life. You've got redundancy of things.
So they was billionaires. Couldn't they just have bought a real submarine? They could have bought a real submarine. But the thing is no submarine out there that was going to allow them to do what they was trying to do. They was trying to go down there and sightsee and stuff like that. Majority of the submarines that you see, it don't have no windows on that motherfucker, and it only reach a certain depth. They built this to specifically go down there. So, you know, I don't know, man.
You usually have 2 of 2, so you'd have a redundant separate system, and then you'd have 2 of those. But the fact that one lightning strike blew the whole thing was a bit, well, where's the safety measures here? So just all of those.
And like he said, one lightning strike blew the whole thing. It didn't even hit the submarine. The lightning just hit near, and it blew the whole electricity in the submarine. So that tell you right there that this motherfucker not safe. Because just think about it. You down up under that water, then a thunderstorm come. 9 times out of 10, the power going out. 9 times out of 10, the power going out. And a lot of times when you in the middle of the ocean and shit like that, you can't dictate the weather because a thunderstorm will come out of nowhere on your ass. I think this was a bad idea, man.
Those things together made me think there's a lot of risks here that I'm not able to mitigate and don't seem in control. So I pulled out at that point. That was the end of 2018. Let's be straight, it's not looking good. Oxygen's obviously very low. It's not just oxygen. The sub, let's assume it's at the bottom of the ocean. It could still be bobbing along at the surface, you know, just unable to communicate. But that's an issue in itself, because here's another safety issue for me. It can only be opened from the outside. So if it's surface, they can't. They're still going to have oxygen problems. He's an extremely amiable guy, very, very level-headed. So he'll be a beacon of calmness in the whole thing. He's probably been calming down the other people in the sub. He's extremely intellectual, so he'll have been going through in his mind what they can do, what they can't do. Let's try this, that's not right. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind the bang that we think was happening every 30 minutes. I've said them my obvious thoughts and wishes. I don't want to pry too much. They've got an awful lot in their head. Yeah, it must be awful for them. It must be really awful. Parts of the submarine that I'd seen in the testing in the Bahamas just seemed a bit shoddy. They're using industrial piping for ballast. They're using an Xbox controller for the steering. The strip lightings.
Oh yeah, they most definitely, man. Listen, that's one thing about these rich people and scientists and all that. They see stuff like this happens, and then they figure out, well, what did they do wrong that we can correct and do it right? That's what they do. So 9 times out of 10, that company is going back down. That company isn't guaranteed to be going back down. Hold on, let me. I want to show y'all more of this. What's the name? And then we're gonna get out of here, man. Yeah, they most definitely gonna come to improve. See, they was fascinated with the Titanic because of his wife's grandparents being on that ship. This right here is the noise I'm finna play. To me, it sounded like they was beating on that motherfucker that's trying to get out. Like they said earlier too, if you rock the submarine, if you rock it, it will deploy the floats to make it rise up. I think that's what they was trying to do when they say they heard beating. So you would never see a black man go to the bottom of the sea. That's facts. Listen, do y'all remember when that other man went to the bottom of, when that other man went to the bottom of the sea and he found the whole lake inside the bottom of the sea on the sea floor? He was one of the persons to go the farthest world record, and he found a lake up under the sea that had its own water, and it was dense that you couldn't go through the water. Remember that, man? And then they say, oh, they're gonna kill him. That man died damn near a month later. He was the only person to go that far, and he found a whole nother lake at the bottom of the sea. And when they tried to go through it, it stopped it. It was like, it was a different type of water. He died right after that. Tell the crowd how they went to visit Titanic, came part of the Titanic. Let me show y'all another clip real quick. This is the audio that they heard. Man, let's be for real, man. Say ghosts.
Stockton Rush. I'm the CEO and founder of OceanGate.
It's most definitely, if it wasn't ghosts on that motherfucker. Hold on. They were saying that the sounds that they picked up of the explosion. Yeah, they said, yeah. But that's insane. And some people don't believe that there are layers upon layers under the underworld, for instance. Yeah, most definitely. It's, man, listen. I was just trying to tell them they showed marine spirits. It's this shit that's on TikTok. They show you how deep that shit is. It's like a pool. So, like, just say if the Titanic is in the 6 feet of the pool, you know, in the pool be like this, and then it go down 5 feet, 6 feet, and then it drop down to 12 feet. That's how the ocean is. So just say if they're on the ocean floor where the Titanic at, if they go farther, it gets deeper. It gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. I always seen this fucking video. I always see this fucking video, man, and it's irking my nerves because I just seen it day before yesterday. I always see this video. It always shows it always shows the digital picture of how the ocean is. And I can't find that shit for nothing. Something told me to say that motherfucker. Something told me to. I want to find the video of the man that went down. He went the farthest. So I think it was in the wrong waters. In the depth chart. I'll make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Okay, go with your first mind music. Trying to. And they should have went with their first mind. The water is most definitely it's a motherfucker. Like that water shit terrified me, man, because it's like you don't know. You don't like we have no idea what's down there. Then I'm trying to find this dude video. I know they didn't take it off. Diver. Fine. Wait. So I would have made way more noise than that. Hey. This shit right here. A man's found underwater. Okay, this shit right here. This guy right here, he found a lake underwater at the bottom of the sea. At the bottom of the ocean floor. And he ended up getting killed weeks later. This shit is real, man. But I'm going to say it again for the people that wasn't in here. Before NASA was going to the moon, they was deep diving at the bottom of the ocean. I'm talking about depths. And every time they went, it was either a safety issue that happened, somebody die, or they see human-like species underwater. So they stopped going. They said it wasn't safe. Every time they went, they seen human-like species, or people would die, or something would go wrong with their craft. So they stopped going and said it's safer to go to the moon than it is to go deep down to the ocean floor. He died in a plane crash. I think his plane went down or something. Right after this, his plane went down.
One of the strangest places on the ocean's floor was only just discovered in the 1990s. And Mike Degree is one of a handful of people to ever see it in person.
Without a doubt, one of the most amazing things that I have ever seen in the bottom of the ocean. And it was while filming for Blue Planet. It was in the Gulf of Mexico. And I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut that was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of steam over it. And then I looked, and there was water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. And we went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off. And as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it.
Hey, that right there let you know, man. Say, nope, I'm staying my feet on earth. They found a lake at the bottom of the ocean floor that was so dense that they couldn't even go through it. It just bounced off like metal or steel. We only discovered 15% of marine life underwater. That ain't shit. We have no clue what's underwater. We have no clue. We couldn't even guess. They find different fish every time. Did y'all see the fish that got a man face? I ain't making this shit up, like for real. And the deeper you get, the more crazy the species or whatever you want to call them look. Human-like species really exist. They're called marine spirits. It's in the Bible. And that's what, listen, I just was telling them that. Say the human-like species really exist. They call marine spirits. It's in the Bible. I was just telling y'all that NASA say every time they went, either somebody would die, something would happen to their submarine, or they would see a human-like species that they couldn't explain. Let me try to pull up. See, could we see it? Common spirit. And after this, I'm gone, y'all. Make sure I hit that like button, man. If I don't come back tonight, I'm gonna come back tomorrow early live.
Marine spirits is a phrase used in some expressions of the charismatic faith, and it's associated with beliefs related to demonic oppression and possession. So-called deliverance ministries may seek to exorcise marine spirits and other types of evil spirits about which they speculate. In most cases, marine spirit is meant as a generic term rather than as a reference to one unique named demon. In this way, the term is different from other supposed oppressive spirits, which may be given individual names such as Jezebel, Leviathan, Absalom, Python, and so forth. Even so, Leviathan and Python spirits are sometimes grouped as water spirits or marine spirits. Other names sometimes associated with this class are Rahab and even mermen or mermaid. Those who teach the existence of a special class of marine spirits trace those demons' origins to the Great Flood.
My bad, y'all. I was trying to find a picture or something. Trey, did they let Boosie? They upped his bond to 100,000 from 50,000, but he will burn out. But as of right now, he was still in. I thought they'll have a picture. Oh, did y'all hear about the tribe that live underwater? I don't know if this the video, but it's a whole tribe that live underwater.
have their own peculiarities and traditions and culture. Some of them overlap or merge, and some are completely different. However, there are tribes on our planet with traditions that can astound or even shock a modern man. Some of these tribes are known for their notorious cruelty. Others
Listen, man, one movie that I want y'all to take serious is Avatar. I want y'all to take Avatar serious, man. Especially the last two they just put out. That shit is real. It's real. I ain't saying the movie is real, but the ideas of that movie, that shit is real, man. Y'all gotta do your research. I ain't gonna get too deep on here, but y'all do y'all research, man.
Others for their own ideas about beauty and very bizarre rites. So let's take a look at people whose way of life is so different from ours, it defies comprehension. Let's get it on. The Sama Bajau. Have you ever heard of sea nomads?
Whatever you do, don't let these gypsies make you drink.
This ethnic group of people, which includes several indigenous tribes of Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines, has perfectly adapted to the maritime environment. They live a nomadic lifestyle, seafaring in the endless Indian Ocean, and spend most of their days fishing. Their life, work, and entertainment entirely depend on the ocean. The Sama Bajau are quite philosophical about life too. They settle for less, but at the same time they're perfectly happy. They don't even keep track of their age because it just doesn't matter. They live for the moment. They don't have a concept of time or dates. These people live dawn to dusk, having no clue what electricity is. Can you imagine this lifestyle in the 21st?
I don't know if that's it, but I seen what they were saying. It's an actual tribe that live in the water. But listen, man, I'm finna get ready to get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up. I'm gonna drop a couple more videos tonight. Make sure y'all tap in. If I don't go live again tonight, it might be a late live. I'm going early tomorrow, man. Like I said, salute to everybody that support the channel. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out, gang.
You racks like money growing trees, and how my dog keep that mask like it's Halloween, and how I 50-50 ball in these skinny jeans. I'm trying to leave the streets alone cause I got bigger dreams.
Salute, salute.
Stuff with that good. I got a bad bitch with me looking good. She hit me up, she want that good wood. My face good in my city, bitch, I'm good. I got a backwood stuff with that good. I got a bad bitch with me looking good. She hit me up, she want that good wood. My face good in my city, bitch, I'm good. Okay, my bitch fleeky on fleek. She got her hair done, lashes done, toes on her feet. I'm in heat cause I ain't fucked all weekend. I'm in the strip club feeling on cheeks, and I'm praying up, bitch, don't get me on that IG. I'm steady throwing ones, kid, I ain't see that shit coming. I just spent the rent money, and she popping that pussy booty, bouncing like two little onions. 100, I am 100. Stop playing with it and pick up this money, cause I'ma get it right. Bike, it ain't no problem. I'm saving all these 100, donating me dollars. My cousin, he a goon, little brother, a goblin. I clap her from the bike and make her hips wobble. Bike wood stuff with that good power. I know how to turn a penny to a fucking dollar ball. I got a bike wood stuff with that good. I got a bad bitch with me looking good. She hit me up, she want that good wood. My face good in my city, bitch, I'm good. I got a backwood stuff with that good. I got a bad bitch with me looking good. She hit me up, she want that good wood. My face good in my city, bitch, I'm good. Bitch bad like she started up a centerfold. I be popping Zans with the hitting fold. I hit her one time and that shit was holding through it to my dog and she never told. Whoa. I had her in the whip with the speakers bumping. I know she what the fuck, just gave the team something. If you ain't living life, then you ain't seen nothing. Heard you in the hood, you was seen crumping. 3,000 for the toilet, what the shit do? I forgot to tell you I'm the shit too. Eyes where shot like a pit bull. Shorty wanna ride it like it's 10-2. Hit her from the back, kick her out, then call her friend through. Whoa. Hit her from the back and kicked her out, then call her friend through. Whoa. Come on. I got a bike with stuff with that good. I got a bad bitch with me looking good. She hit me up, she want that good wood. My face good in my city, bitch, I'm good, good. I got a backwood stuff with that good, good. I got a bad bitch with me looking good, good. She hit me up, she want that good wood. My face good in my city, bitch, I'm good, good.